Alright guys, so we're back in my garage, and this week on the B58 Digest, we've got a few more topics to discuss. I do feel like I've just been getting repetitive lately, and I know it's pretty much just tuning updates and more fast cars, but it seems like you guys are pretty interested in this kind of content, so let me know if there's anything else that you want me to cover, and I'll try to put it in future videos. Also, I want to give you guys a huge thanks for the support that you've given me this year. I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays and had a Merry Christmas. We're slowly but surely getting closer to 5,000 subscribers, and that's a really big deal for me. So thanks again to everybody that's supporting and watching the videos and subscribing. We should be hitting 5K maybe like sometime next week. So I'm going to be posting a Q&A video to answer some of your most common questions about me and the channel and things like that. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. So yeah, again, if you have any questions that you want to ask me or anything that you want me to touch on, feel free to comment down below. But let's go ahead and hop into the video. So the first update that we have again is from Pro Tuning Freaks, and they've been pushing out a lot of updates recently. This one is just kind of cascading everything down to the G-series BMWs. And you'll see anytime there's a B58 update, it'll either say B58-F or B58-G. And the -G is for G-series like G30, 5 Series, and some of the X models. You guys have a slightly unique version of your DME. So those updates will come out separately from the ones that are designed for the F-Series models. So they finally pushed out those updates for you guys, and this gives you the same tuning changes that we discussed last week. You'll see more boost and more timing, as well as a brand new Stage 2 Plus E50 map. And that map is pushing really good numbers. I'm still waiting to see more draggy times, but the performance that people say they feel is pretty significant over the old maps. And also just across the power band, it's a little bit higher, which will net a lot more performance, even though you might not make a lot more peak horsepower. So it's definitely recommended to try this out. Again, run logs and just make sure that everything's working well for you and that you've got your mix right. But generally speaking, the logs I've seen have looked very clean. So this is definitely a nice tune and a good way to optimize your car if you're still on the stock turbo. Now, one more thing I want to comment on is they've posted up some of the power figures and some of the dyno charts. And I know a lot of people complain that they haven't posted more dynos. They want to see one for stage 2, stage 1, 91 octane, 93 octane, you know, all these different things. And at the end of the day, it's not going to help, guys. I know you guys want to see it, but a lot of people are just going to argue about it. They're going to complain about whether they're actually hitting the dyno numbers that are posted. They're going to compare it to other tuning platforms. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a good tool to see how much power they're improving on the car that they're using with the same fuel and same dyno and same setup. But ultimately, it's not going to make a difference in how much power your car makes. It's not going to make a difference in how your car performs. It's an off-the-shelf map. It's a generic map, just like the stock map. You could have two people with brand new cars from BMW, and they'll perform differently. That's how it works. So we just got to let that go. You know, the more that we argue about it, the less likely they are to post more dyno figures in the future. And this is just something to help you understand what kind of power you can get from the tune. So sorry to get on my soapbox a little bit there, but we got to let that go, you know, especially if you're not going to spend the $100 to $200 to put your car on the dyno and see what kind of figures you're making. It's really hard to complain when you're not seeing dynos posted. So just enjoy your car, run some logs to make sure it's safe, and go have fun. The next update is from NG Flasher, and they finally released their Antilag that they were teasing a couple weeks ago. This one I really, really like. I know that generally speaking, Antilag is not going to be that different in how it works, but MG Flasher has always been on top of their game with just having a lot of configuration for the end user. So you can look and see on the actual screens what you can adjust. Of course, you can adjust, you know, how much boost you want it to set at and how aggressive it is. But there are also a lot of settings that you can control from a safety standpoint. So you're looking at, you know, your coolant temperature, your oil temperature, your IATs, EGTs, everything that you could want to do to adjust how aggressive it is and how safe your car is when you're using it. So again, nothing about this is super safe. It's an extremely aggressive method to get the best performance out of your car. But there are a lot of different things that you can set on here to control, you know, what you want it to do. So again, a big shout out to MG Flasher for this. I'm really happy to see this come out. It's definitely one of the most aggressive implementations of Antilag that I've seen, at least from how it looks and sounds. So I'm excited to see how you guys use it. Now this one again is going to be separated between the F-Series and G-Series, so at this time it's only for F-Series, but I would expect the G-Series to get these updates pretty soon. And also keep in mind they have a user manual just like all the other tuning platforms, so if you want to know more information you can definitely check that out. So now we're going to switch gears and talk about some fast cars again. We're going to go back and talk about Botti's car, and we mentioned this last week because he had reset the all boost record, and now he's actually reclaimed the overall record. And I feel kind of bad because I was kind of pessimistic about the Supras. There was a thread where people were asking how fast they were going to get next year, and I estimated like still low 8s. I didn't expect them to get into the 7s. But seeing how this car is running, I definitely see 7s being possible. So his latest fastest time is an 8:41.
Baby.
And he hit this with the exact same setup, still no nitrous, just more tuning adjustments, more seat time, and really just dialing in the car. So again, it's just really impressive to see how good the car is doing. I'm sure the cool temperatures and better weather are helping us out a lot. So you can see the full slip here, and the 1.2 60 foot is crazy, but that's a big reason about why they're able to get the car down the track so fast. And they actually had a run with a faster 60 foot, but they actually let off that run. Maybe they had some issues or something, and so they let out of it. But you can see even on that run how fast the quarter mile was. It still ran a 9-second quarter. Anyway, so yeah, that faster 60 foot could have net an even lower ET, but time will tell. They'll continue running it and get lower and lower. I'm sure 8.3s and 8.2s are right around the corner. And then of course this is still on the 3.0 block, so they have a stroker block coming in, and they'll be swapping that out with the 6-port head to see how fast they can get from there. So yeah, I definitely see 7s being possible. Like I said, sorry for being pessimistic to all the A90 guys, but clearly there's a lot of room to grow on this platform. And then finally we have another F-Series BMW. So this M240 is running an extremely fast 100 to 200. Big Boost reposted their car running a 4.6, and then actually since then they've ran a little bit faster. He posted a 4.3 on Draggy. So really crazy numbers for 100 to 200 run. It's an all-wheel drive M240i with the EFR 9280 kit from Big Boost. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of EFR turbos, so this turbo is good for like around 1100 horsepower. So definitely a lot of power capacity in this kit. He also has a built engine and an HP70 transmission running E50 plus meth. So yeah, guys, the recipe is pretty simple. You know, get a big turbo kit and upgraded fueling, and then build your engine and transmission if you need it to support your horsepower goals. So it's really exciting to see all of these developments to close out the year. You know, 2021 has been great. We've seen Supras run 8s from high 8s to low 8s. We've seen BMWs running 9s, and I'm sure next year everything will just get faster and faster. Again, a big thank you to everybody that's been supporting me throughout the year. I know 2022 is going to be even greater, so I'll see you guys on the other side. But anyway, I hope this video helps. Thanks again for watching. And if you guys have any other questions or comments, leave them down below.